Going on, Jerome's. So one of the best things about the preseason is seeing these bottom of the roster guys, sometimes lowly drafted, sometimes undrafted, build their way up, have themselves a great game, become folk heroes in a hot and scratch and claw their way maybe onto the practice squad, maybe even onto the 53. And one of the great stories from Saturday's first preseason game against the Raiders is one, hey, Bo Richter. That's right, Richter scale, shaking things up on the Vikings roster, just getting after things, man. He was absolutely dynamic against the Raiders. Second half, it really was the Bo Richter show on defense. Just instant pressure, getting after things continually, and he looked really damn good, man. All heart, all hustle, racked up and jacked up. I mean, just look, jacked up. Let's go, baby. So Richter against the Raiders, 20 defensive snaps, mainly with the 2s and the 3s. A mix of right and left outside linebacker, which is the versatility is going to be key. 6 tackles, 4 solo, 2 pressures on 6 pass rushing attempts, 1 sack. Should have been 2, but he only got credited with 1. Also 4 defensive stops. So PFF, 4 defensive stops means a play that ends in a negative outcome for the offense. So pretty good. Also, he posted a 79.7 PFF defensive grade for the game, second on the team, only behind linebacker Dallas Gant. Also played 20 special team snaps because if he makes the roster, that's where he's going to have to make his bones right away. So 20 special team snaps, 5 of the 6 phases, as well as had a special teams tackle. So definitely made himself a very, very damn good case to make at least the practice squad and maybe even the 53-man rooster. But let's do a little background on Bo Knows. That's right. Also, Air Force Falcons giving him a shout-out. New team, new number, same. Hey, Bo Richter. That's right, baby. But Richter, 6'2", 250. Again, jerked. All right. Giving some shades of Brock Lesnar right here. It's awesome, man. But UDFA out of Air Force, senior season for the Falcons, 19.5 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, 55 pressures, and astounding 16.8% pressure rate. And that's about in the neighborhood of Diamond Dallas Turner as well as Gabriel Murphy out of UCLA. Put together a 92.2 PFF pass rush grade, draft profile from Lance Zierlein, NFL.com. So again, this is a guy that if he would have gotten drafted day 3, no one would have blinked an eye. Same thing with Owen Porter. Same thing with Gabe Murphy. His NFL comp, Dylan Cole. Overview. Richter is an undersized edge rush. Hold on. So, again, the NFL actually, professional sports in general, but specifically the NFL and NBA, but just completely warps people's perception of undersized. Because, again, this gentleman, 6'2", 250 if he's an ounce, is considered undersized. This gentleman is undersized for the National Football League. It's kind of crazy, man. But Richter is an undersized edge defender with short arms, but his athletic profile gives him a chance to compete for a rooster spot. He has muscles on muscles, and a strong base that allows him to play through edges and maintain balance at contact. He also has plus pursuit speed, definitely saw that on Saturday, and racked up impact stats on the other side of the line. His rush is more effort-based than skilled, and that production might not translate as a pro. However, his pro day testing was terrific, and he plays with a nice GPS towards the ball. Also saw that on Saturday. Richter might need to prove he can play off-ball linebacker, but his traits and special teams potential should help his chances. And that was very prophetic by the great Lance Zierlein, and everything that Zierlein said in his scouting report certainly panned out on the field on Saturday. And Richter has got a great opportunity these next couple weeks. Joint practices with the Browns, 2 more preseason games. Going to want to see a lot more of them, right? And as of right now, so the edge rushing room is pretty damn loaded. So Grenard, Van Ginkel, as well as Diamond Dallas Turner. That's your top 3. Patrick Jones had himself a fantastic training camp. Jihad Ward, who has flexibility to be one of the down linemen as well as outside linebacker, played a lot of outside linebacker in the preseason game against the Raiders, so that could be a clue of what's going on. Gabriel Murphy's been dinged up, didn't play on Saturday. Richter got after things. Carter, Porter in that mix as well. But, I mean, Richter definitely had himself a splash game. Now, do have to take everything with a grain of salt, primarily in the second half, mainly with the aftershocks of the twos and primarily with the threes. But effort is effort, and getting after the quarterback is getting after the quarterback. And like we said, him playing 5-phase special teams also helps him, playing like his hair is on damn fire, all heart and hustle. I mean, that will get you places in this league. So will Bo Richter ever be a starter in the NFL? I mean, probably not, but could he make a practice squad? Could he make a roster? Sure. Now, we actually got some poop from people for when we put out our 53-man roster projection after the first preseason game on Sunday, having Richter on the practice squad. It's like, oh, there's no chance he'll get on the practice squad. Now, there's a couple things here. Number one, the mechanics of claiming a player off of waivers. So you can't just claim a player and put him on your practice squad. You have to claim a player and put him on your 53-man roster. Now, Richter, like everyone knew about Richter. Like everyone around the league saw his tape at Air Force. He played in some solid games, all heart, all hustle, all effort, all everything, right? And he still went undrafted. And the Vikings, he only got $10K guaranteed on his UDFA contract. Compare that to $225K for Gabriel Murphy. Now, again, could he get through waivers? Yes, I think that's a possibility. But also, I will put in the caveat, if Richter continues to play extremely well with the twos and the threes in joint practice, training, and the two remaining preseason games, then things get a little bit more dicey. And then all of a sudden, there's even more tape of Richter doing amazing things and more consistency now in 3 games versus just 1. So then maybe it could be up in the air, and then maybe the Vikings would have to roster him versus trying to chance it, trying to get him down to the practice squad as it clears waivers initially. But either way, definitely a good problem to have. And again, like I said, I adore training camp preseason stories like Bo Richter just getting it. And that's the thing about being fans too. Like, talent is talent, but effort and just doing the dirty work and doing all the small things, and having all the intangibles. I mean, that's what makes you a fan favorite, baby. And Bo Richter is certainly on that path. But your thoughts are thoughts. Bo knows. That's right. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.